Hi, it's Giz from Hiyield. So it's happened again. As of Monday, the 13th of December 2021, we in the UK are encouraged to work from home if we can do so. As this isn't the first time that we as an agency have had to work from home, it does mean that we're not in the dark when it comes to preparing yourself mentally and physically for the cold isolation of home working. I've gone around the office and asked a couple of people for recommendations for tips and advice from working from home. Round two, I suppose you'd call this. And before we get into the list, please consider subscribing and click that like button down below. And with that out the way, let's get into the list. So our first tip kind of sets the ground rules for all the others on this list, and that is to have a separation between work life and home life. It's difficult as it is working from home. And it makes it even more difficult when you have household members who don't fully respect that you are working. Just because you are present and physically in your house doesn't mean that you are not working. So just have a conversation with the people in your home about, I'm here, but I'm at work trying to pay the bills, so please don't disturb me. Tip number 2, time to yourself. Now, it's quite easy when you're working from home that you find yourself with a lot more extra time that you would normally use commuting to and from work. And what people typically do is that they spend that time sleeping. Now, I'm a big fan of sleep, but it boils down to this problem of separation between work and life balance. If you will find yourself sleeping longer and longer so that you only get out of bed 10 minutes before you need to get to work, you rush for 5 minutes, you sit down at your desk, you're panting, you're trying to get ready for work. It's better to remain in the same routine that you've established when you weren't working from home. For example, if you wake up at 7 a.m. to commute, at 8 to get ready for work at 9, wake up at 7 a.m. Get ready for work as you normally do, and you have some time to yourself. You don't disturb your routine, and you also allow yourself to be a bit more fresh-faced when you're getting into work and mentally switched on. Routine is very important. Tip number 3, your commuting time. So you don't have to commute to work. Excellent. So what do you do with that time? You could work on various home projects that you've got, but what you could do is you could exercise. When you work from home, again, it's all about that work-life balance, drawing that fine line between the two, and how do you separate that? Well, exercise for us is less about the physical benefits that you have, and instead it's more about the mental benefits. So it regulates your mood, regulates your sleeping pattern, and makes you better prepared for the day. And because working from home is such a drain on your mental state, it's important to keep that going as optimally as possible. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Tip number 4 from working from home would be to clean your clutter. You may find that you are fortunate like me, that you've got an office room in your house, but others aren't as fortunate. So cleaning your clutter so that you have a dedicated workspace again helps to broaden that line between work and home. Mentally, when you go into this area, you are at work and you'll be able to focus, hopefully. But alongside that, you may find that your desk is completely cluttered or your working environment is completely cluttered, and it just cramps you in a little bit. So clear that desk space, have it out of your mind so you don't have to think about it, and you'll be more focused for work. Our final tip is separation of users. So you may be, like me, very distracted by stuff on your desk. Like, for example, Rubik's Cubes for me on my desk is a nightmare. However, for others, it might be the computer itself. You might find that you are incredibly distracted because of programs that you have on your computer. Like Minecraft is just like staring at you at your taskbar, and you're like, I could play just 20 minutes. And you're like, no, that's distracting. And you think, I could check my emails now. I could do this, I could do that. Well, get all that out of the way. Create a separate user for your computer so that you don't have any of the programs installed on that fresh user. By opening that user up, you can install just work environment stuff. I do this, but slightly differently. So instead of creating a new user for my computer, I create one for Chrome. I open up my work Chrome profile instead of my home Chrome profile, so that I don't have any emails or, forums that I check out and stuff like that. I have just work stuff. For me, that makes a big difference. So that's it for us at Hiyield for tips from working from home. Hopefully you took some value out of this, and if you've got any recommendations for tips that have helped you specifically, let us know in the comments section below. And as always, see you in the next one.